Welcome to the lesson, How Can You Measure Distance?, where you are going to explore how measurements can be made. Different tools are used to find different types of measurements. Can you match the pairs? Drag your answers. Great job! You've matched the correct tool with what each measures. Distance between 2 points is a quantity that we regularly need to measure. There are many different tools we can use to measure distance. For example, a ruler can be placed as many times as necessary along the path of a distance to be measured. Click the images to see some more examples. An odometer records the number of turns of a vehicle's wheels. The number of turns is used to record the distance. A ruler can be placed as many times as necessary along the path of a distance to be measured. One end of a tape measure can be placed at one point and the distance read at the other point. A trundle wheel can be rolled along the path of a distance to be measured. The number of turns of the wheel is used to record the distance. A pedometer can be walked along the path of a distance to be measured. The number of steps taken is used to record the distance. In this activity, you will be able to find and compare the distance measurements using different tools. Here's what you'll use. You have land for a model rail track with two possible paths. Path A and Path B are the two possible paths. You have three different measuring tools: a tape measure, a trundle wheel, and a pedometer. You will be able to drag each tool to each path to measure its length. You also have a table to record path lengths. You will be able to record your measurements in this table. What do you think? Which path do you think is the shortest? Which measuring tool is best to use? Type your answer in the box, then click OK. Continue to see if your prediction is correct. Use each tool to measure the distance along both paths. Record your results in the table. Drag a tool to a path to measure it. Read the distance in meters and type it into the table. click Reset to clear the measurement. Repeat the steps for the other tools and paths. Now you can analyze your results. Which path was shorter and which was longer? Drag your answers into position. That's right. Path B is shorter and Path A is longer. The exact length of Path A is 35 meters and the exact length of Path B is 32 meters. Think about it. Which tool do you think was best to use when measuring the paths? Think about what you learned. Why might a trundle wheel be better than a tape measure for measuring the distance of the model railway track? Click your answers, then click OK. You're close, but try again. Here are two sets of distance measurements for Path A in your experiment. They were made by two different groups of students using the same tape measure. Can you explain the differences in the distance measurements? Type your answer into the box, then click OK. Click the tape measure for one possible explanation. A tape measure can only measure straight distances. The path being measured may be broken into fewer straight sections by one group. This will result in a shorter and less accurate measurement. The path may be broken into more straight sections by another group. This will result in a longer and more accurate measurement. Which tool for measuring distance would you use in each situation? Drag your answers into position. Good job! A room's width would be measured with a tape measure, the distance between two cities with an odometer, the distance run would be measured with a pedometer, and the distance around a garden with a trundle wheel. You have learned a lot about what tools to use when making measurements. Before we finish, let's take a quick look at the main points you covered. Different tools are used to measure different quantities. The same quantity may be measured using different tools. The best measuring tool to use when measuring distance can depend on the situation. Some differences may result in measurement of the same quantity by different people. Now that you've finished the lesson, click the Lab Report button to save or print it.